Hi everyone, we're back with another live and we're gonna be talking about all kinds of stuff, angels, dragons, whatever the energies that have been happening. I'm gonna be pulling some cards for those that want to join, and I'm just waiting for some people to join right now. And the topic of the day is the divine balance is being established, and this is a topic that I just received this morning when I was channeling the message that was going to be shared today. So, yeah, the previous weeks when I've shared, hello, the Libra Soul Sisters, the previous weeks, it was all about this massive cleansing and also kind of reorganizing, restructuring have been the messages that I've been getting through them these past couple of weeks. And now it's all about this new balance, finding a new balance, a divine balance, an inner new balance. So I'm gonna share the message in a little bit. I'm just waiting for some people to join. And I'm also going to be pulling some cards first. So yeah, we're going to be talking about some dragon stuff. Let me show you. I got these dragon rings. Do you see them? Do you see them? This is not a paid ad. I'm not getting paid to share this. I got them, and I usually don't ever get like stuff online that I don't really know where it's coming from. So, but what did I do? I got my Libra on. I'm a Libra. So what do? They research and they read 5 million reviews. And then they decide if they're going to do something, yes or no. So that's what I did. And I decided to just go for it. And I'm really happy. So these are my dragon rings. Look at them. To be even more in touch with the dragons. So yeah. I'm going to start by sharing this message, and let me know if this is something that you like while you're listening, if this is something that you've been noticing, that you are feeling, that there is a shift in the energies, that you're noticing that this chaos is kind of slowing down, it's kind of calming down, and you're more starting to feel balanced, starting to see new possibilities. So let me just begin. The divine balance is being established. The previous channelings have all been about a massive cleansing, reorganizing. We want to let you know that although you are still kind of in the energy of reorganizing, that a shift to clarity is soon to follow. You will be able to start seeing more and more clearly as you see how your hard work is paying off. And everything is starting to make sense little by little. The things that need to be resolved, changed, shifted are all coming up. And yes, this may feel very uncomfortable, but at the same time, it also feels liberating. Any imbalance is being forced to come up, because it can no longer hide in the light of the new and improved you. Call upon us, the golden seraphim dragons, to open up your higher heart space and to accept your own divinity and wisdom. We wish to assist you in remembering who you truly are and what you are truly doing here. We wish to remind you of the fact that you chose this path. Nobody forced you, and that you have all the tools in your toolkit to navigate this journey and overcome the obstacles that you see before you. Now that the path is cleared, you can see it very clearly. And you can also see the obstacles before you more clearly, which seems like a contradiction. But in reality, it is an invitation to trust what you see clearly before you and to not identify with the obstacles when you can easily choose to identify with the path before you, instead that you can feel and sense intuitively now that all of the clutter has been cleared from the previous months. The divine balance is being established. For months, there has been a dance happening between feminine and masculine energies, and the inner balance is starting to become established. This has nothing to do with male and female or traditional roles of man and woman. It has everything to do with receiving energies and giving energies, the giver and the receiver. The balance is being re-established within yourself and within your relationships around you that will help you to clear obstacles and propel you on this path to clarity. Inside of you, you will start to recognize the energies of the enlightened masculine. You will start to recognize your potential, and you will start to see how this energy inside of you is contributing to the formation of a new, higher frequency earth. And simultaneously, your feminine half is starting to allow herself more to receive her ultimate birthright of being an angelic being on earth, of being unconditionally loved beyond the illusion of separation from God, Source, Creator. So that was the message that came through. So how does that resonate if you're live or if you are watching this later? Is this something that you feel, is it really dark in here? Anyway, is this something that you feel is resonating, that you can agree with, that you see is happening inside of you? Or is this something that you don't really recognize yet? But I do feel that for a lot of people, things are calming down. And there is indeed this contradiction. And I hear it from people that they'll be like, I can see what I have to do and I see it clearly, but I can also see more clearly what is standing in my way now, where before it was just this uncomfortable feeling and not being able to identify what it was exactly that may have been standing in the way. There was something that needed to be released. And in the previous message, I said that it felt like they were shaking everything and they were like trying to loosen up all these denser energies. And that's what's happening right now, I feel. The Libra Soul Sister says, I feel like it's for me. I feel far more at peace now, more in balance. Charlotte Maria says, I feel more at peace and energized. So yeah, this seems to be something that more and more people are feeling. And I have been pulling cards for myself too regularly. I have, Caitlin just joined. Well, Caitlin, you just missed the channeled message, but basically it's all about this new balance. Seeing things more clearly, also seeing the obstacles more clearly, but also seeing the direction in front of you. So if that's something that you recognize, let me know. But yeah, that people are feeling like things are shifting. Things are starting to shift, and you may not really see far on this path in front of you. You may not be able to see this entire path clearly. Like when I said, I think it was last time or the time before, it feels like you're on this bridge or this path and there's a fog and you have to walk in this fog, and the path reveals itself as you walk in this fog. And now it's like this fog is kind of lifting, it's kind of going away. And you can see a little bit, but still not the entire path, but you can see a part of this path. So you can keep on going, you can see a little bit at least. And by the end of the month, I feel we're gonna be through the worst. We're gonna be in this phase of seeing right ahead, like you can clearly see things, but stuff is still gonna come up. And I know that like every psychic ever always says that, yes, there's stuff coming up for you to go through, but that's because there is always stuff coming up to go through. It's just about how intense is it going to be and what's going to be the purpose of it. And sometimes there's going to be times where you really are meant to go through like the deepest layers of it. And I feel like we had that in April. April was really one of those months. So let me know in the comments if that's something that you've noticed that has been coming up for you. And I also have some card decks. Let me get them. All of these. So if you want a card, let me know if you want me to pull a card for you. I have the spirit animal cards. I have archangel cards. I have the Moonology deck, the Dragon deck, and a Lemurian deck. So let me know if you want a card, and I'm gonna start off by pulling a card just for whoever is watching in general, whether that is now live or on replay later. I'm gonna pull some extra cards because it's always interesting to see how they line up with the channeled message, because often they do like line up perfectly. Blue Dragon from the Pleiades prepares you to accept source healing, accept a heart activation, give and receive heart healing. And in this message, they talked about activating this higher heart space. And this is really happening, I feel. Oops, my ring light. Anyway, this is this card, the Pleiadian energy. And I feel often, for me personally, Pleiadian energy really comes up strongly in May. In May, the last few years, I've always noticed a pattern with Pleiadian energy being very strong. And I believe there was some kind of Pleiadian star alignment, and I don't know anything about astrology. I don't know anything. But my friend Alexis, who is also on Instagram, she wrote about it yesterday on her blog. There was some kind of astrological thing, but I always feel like May is a month for heart activations. There's always opportunities in May where you can really connect to your Pleiadian star family, where that is something that you can really be extra open to. Just like July, August, I always really feel the Syrian connection with the Lion's Gate and stuff. I can always clearly feel Syrian presence during those times. And that is how these different, we're getting sidetracked, it's fine. All these different star families, they can help us in different times of the year, different periods of our life, different things that we're going through. They all have their field of expertise. And so definitely the Pleiades, if you know that you have connections with the Pleiades, call upon them as well. And these Pleiadian dragons. So I've seen specifically like Syrian dragons, Pleiadian dragons, blah, 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 like from all over. There's different types of dragons connected to different star systems, to different angelic realms, to different elemental realms, all this stuff. These Pleiadian dragons can really help you with this higher heart chakra, which is located between the heart and the throat. So that is to really like be this gateway for this Christ consciousness codes to be activated and be kind of distributed along your kundalini, along your chakra system. So that's the first card. I'm gonna look at your questions in a little bit. This other one was Pure White Dragon from Orion transforms your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. Process what you know, act with truth and honesty. Let your wings of light grow and expand. So I feel that they are in the right order too, because from opening your heart, you are going to be allowing for this ascension knowledge to really anchor into feeling it, feeling all this stuff. And that's something that I do see a lot when I do Akashic Records readings for people. They usually, there's no problem with receiving the energy. There's no problem with receiving the spiritual concepts, the quantum concepts. But then there's a problem with this feeling it, experiencing it in your body, in your heart. And that's where the true growth lies. And I wrote an article. I know I'm rambling, it's fine. So I'm going to get to your questions in a bit, but I feel this needs to be shared. That when we bypass the heart, like I said in an article that I wrote a few days ago, if we are only going to focus on, oh, this feels good, this feels nice, let me feel the good stuff. I don't really want to feel the negative stuff. I don't want to feel the pain. I don't want to feel, because you can literally feel it in your heart. You can feel your heart like contracting. It doesn't feel good to feel pain. It doesn't feel good to feel suffering. It doesn't feel good. Why do you physically feel these things? Because it's energy that is literally so concentrated that it's giving physical effects. But when we sit in those feelings, and we keep the heart open, then you're going to allow for all of that to move through, so that your heart can transmute all of that stuff, so that you can really just receive all of this knowledge, because you're going to get so many insights from allowing all this stuff to move through you. And then you're going to get these insights because you're going to create space for these higher insights to drop in from the crown all the way into your heart. Okay, that's it, I promise. I'm going to go to this third card. Dark. Oh, I didn't show you this. So that's what this looked like. This dark blue galactic dragon helps you listen to the voice of the universe, ignite the codes of your master blueprints, access cosmic wisdom, and enter higher service. All of that stuff is going to lead to you really having to go to your intuitive voice. And that came up in this message. So you're going to be clearly seeing the path, but you're also going to be seeing the obstacles that are still standing in the way of you navigating this path clearly. So you have to overcome the obstacles. But now this mist has evaporated. This mist is gone. You can actually see the stuff that's in front of you. And then now you're going to be asked to really trust this inner compass, this inner GPS. It's like a video game. They're showing me this video game. So you're walking and you have to follow the instructions, and there's all these obstacles, and you can see everything. Like the higher self is the person playing the game, and you, tiny you, is the little man on the screen, and you, the higher self, is playing the game, and you can see from up above, you see the path, you see the obstacles. You are telling you, little you on the screen, how to do this. So that's what you have to do. This voice is going to be, this is like, I literally just now came up with this. This is the best thing. I can't believe I did not think of this before. So you, literally me here being blown away by my own insight. You are the tiny man on the screen, the little Mario, whatever. You're doing all the things. You have to get these mushrooms. You have to fight these other things. I don't know. And the higher self is looking down and sees everything. It sees everything already. So you just have to be like, okay, you have to like operate this game. So operate, do it. Like the little man doesn't decide. Like it doesn't, like, okay, we have free will, I get it. But if we're going to be letting the higher self decide, we're going to be letting the higher self play the game. So then we just have to make sure that we're taking the instructions, that we are letting the person playing the game give us the oversight of what they are seeing. So yeah, I hope that that made sense. Let me know in the comments how that sounded. I'm going to take a sip of my tea because all this rambling, and then I'm going to read your questions. Okay, let me see. The Libra Soul Sisters. I always love a card from you. I feel a Lemurian card for you. I need to, all this talking. Anyway, a Lemurian card for you. Lemurian energy has also been coming up again for me lately. And it's closely connected to Pleiadian energy. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Cryon. Lee Carroll, who channels Cryon, one of the few people that I actually will like tune into and listen to. But before we get sidetracked again. The Libra solstice. And again, cosmic heart source, source of all, true home, just be heart connection. That's what this looks like. And I do believe that any card that I pull for an individual, like whether you're watching live and you didn't ask any question, or whether you are watching this on replay, that messages are always for everybody watching. If you feel, hey, this is like, it's like for me, then it is also for you, I'm pretty sure. What am I getting? Cosmic heart source, source of all, true home, just be heart connection. Yeah, it's really asking you, like, I'm feeling the stuff that you have been feeling. You can really trust what you have been getting. Don't let the external world sidetrack you from what you know is true, because you will see that as this month goes on, that you were right to trust what's coming through your heart. So I hope that that resonates, that you know what this is about for you. And Caitlin says, April was definitely the hardest. It's lingering, but it's definitely getting better. I would love a card. Yes, because I feel a lot of people, it's like you ran a marathon and now you're like, sitting there all exhausted because you did so much hard work energetically. Energetically, a lot of stuff shifted. A lot of, what was it again? Somebody that I know and talked to a lot said, that's probably going to be watching this replay, said to me, I feel like I took an energetic dump. That's what they told me. And I was like, that is such a good expression. And whoops, okay. Caitlin, this came flying out for you, and it's no surprise. Dolphins, play, it's okay to relax, smile again, share your flow. Not at all surprising, because Caitlin does have a ton of Lemurian energy, and she's a painter. Go check out her stuff. And what is your account again? Type it in the comments, and then I will mention it, because she makes some really nice watercolor art as well. And anyway, this card, dolphins, play, okay. That's okay to relax, smile again. Yeah, that you can just start to relax now. You can let go of all the stuff that was so heavy in April. You can start to look at the future. I feel like for a little bit you were very worried, and it was like the worrying was overpowering just the relaxing, and that it was very hard to let go, but that you can now really shift back into this energy of just allowing. That word is now coming in, allowing for stuff to happen, and that you don't have to hold on to this control. You can just let stuff happen, is what's coming in. So yeah, let me see. Oops, I'm pressing. I always do this. I accidentally press stuff and then the screen changes and gets weird. I'm scrolling. Just be patient with me. What is happening here? I'm almost there. Just be patient. Yep. Okay, Charlotte Maria 726. Yes, please. A card. Spirit. For some reason the spirit animal deck immediately popped up for you. So let me see what comes up for you. Let's see. And again, if you feel that any of these messages resonate with you, then they are also for you. Because sometimes I will do that too, that I'll be somewhere on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and I will like feel drawn to like certain readers, and I'll click on their thing, and it is exactly what I needed to hear. So it's kind of, I said that earlier too to somebody, I feel like Instagram sometimes is my digital oracle deck. It's like a digital oracle deck. You can use social media in a good way for you. Sometimes, like a lot of the times actually, when I open Instagram and I'm scrolling, or like the first thing that pops up when I'm scrolling will be exactly what I need to read, like a meme or a quote or something. And it's exactly the thing that I was talking about earlier to somebody. It's about that, and it's the exact answer that I needed. So, 9 of Feathers, perspective, self-empowerment. That's what this is. Can you see this? So, what is this about? Perspective, self-empowerment. Like that you are in a situation where maybe you were forced to look at other people's perspectives. And again, also with the energies of last month, that you were not sure if it was okay to trust yourself, because there are so many other voices, opinions, things going on all the time, other people having different energies, and then it is difficult to recognize the voice of truth. Like, am I the voice of truth? Is somebody else the voice of truth? What should I believe? Is it okay to trust myself? And that now you're starting to see that no, I am seeing that it is right to trust myself. You're going through this cycle of seeing that you had the answers inside of you. So that's what I'm feeling, and that's leading to self-empowerment. So that's what came through. The Libra Soul Sister says, I was stuck in old habits, and since this energy, I can let them go, probably. Yeah, definitely. We are all letting go, and I said that in my previous not live, but the video. Last week I didn't do a live, but I did share a channeled message from the dragons. So go check that out if you haven't yet. And it was all about spiritual numbness, feeling numb. Sometimes you can be in this phase of just being paralyzed, and you don't really have a lot of energy, and you're just not really getting any downloads. You kind of feel in this void, and you cannot really feel anything. And what I compared it to was this energetic reset, like the computer that gets rebooted. That's kind of what I felt that it was like. And then when you get started up again, it's because you are overriding a lot of old stuff, so you're letting go of the old habits. And once you let go of them, then there's new ones. There's room for all this new stuff. But you have to feel all the stuff come up first. And that's where this heart chakra comes in. When all this old stuff that is stored in your body, because we store all this physically as well. All the energetic blocks are stored somewhere in the body. And for instance, when I do readings for people, I always see, where are the blocks stored in the chakra system? Where are they connecting to past lifetimes? Where are they connecting maybe to your childhood? Where are they connecting to your ancestors? And like how on all these levels you can solve these blocks. So a lot of that has been going on for people now. A lot of that has been happening and has been cleared out, and that can also make you feel disoriented. It can make you feel completely weird, because you are suddenly this other version of yourself energetically, and all of a sudden the external reality is slowly catching up. I said that in the previous live, I think, too. And it can make you feel like you are in two different worlds. It can feel a little bit disorienting and weird. So yeah, Charlotte Maria says, May is also spring in many places where there is a lot of green, which gives our green heart chakra more color. Yes, because you can see there's new growth. There's new growth happening in nature. The old is kind of it's like gone. All the old stuff was cleansed during fall, during winter, and now this new stuff can slowly, if you go and look at what I just explained with the energy, all this energy that's coming in from your higher self is now being able to really grow inside of you and solidify and become something that is growing in your external reality, that you can see in your life, that is manifesting as new growth, new things developing, new projects, all kinds of stuff. So yes, let me see. The Libra Soul Sister says, thank you, it resonated. I cannot feel my dragons. How can I connect to them? I would like to recommend you to go check out my playlist on YouTube. I think, I don't know how many videos, 8 or 9 videos on YouTube, and they're called Dragon Lessons. You can just go, if you're watching this on Facebook, Instagram, if you're on YouTube later, then you know where to find it. Just go to my website, or my link tree, whatever, wherever you are, and there's gonna be a thing that says Dragon Codes. When you click on there, you're gonna be shown the playlist, and you're also gonna be shown the Dragon Codes journey that I'm taking people on right now. I believe there's even people live that are right now doing the dragon journey with me. But in those free videos, you're gonna find a lot of basic tips, tricks, how to connect to your dragons. And what I also do with the journey that people are taking is, after they've received all the information, I give them a questionnaire and I make them think of, okay, how, with all this information that you've now received, and you can take this question and watch these dragon videos on YouTube, and you can say, okay, with all this information that I've now received, how can I change my spiritual practice, my meditation practice, and what can I adjust to better recognize my dragons? Because I believe that they are constantly trying to reach out, and they will probably go through your heart chakra. A lot of people are disappointed. They're like, oh, but I don't see dragons. I don't see anything. I don't hear any crazy stuff. Usually that is not the way they're going to present themselves, because they want you to not be afraid. And that's also why I believe that a lot of the angelic beings in the Bible are in fact serpent-like beings, because they're constantly saying in the Bible, do not be afraid. And they're angels, but like the seraphim, they are like these golden dragons. They are more serpent-like, but I dive deeper into all of this in this course too. But I would definitely say connect to them in meditation and be open to them, because and that goes for any guide, whether that's an archangel, an ascended master, just a spirit guide, an ancestor, an elemental guide, any type. That goes for your past lives, because if you've been following me, you know that I don't like to call it past lives, because time doesn't really exist. All these other parts of you, you can look at them as spirit guides. So anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The dragons, you can connect to them through your heart, setting the intention to connect, and also looking at what is my strongest clair. Like a lot of people, they'll be like, okay, I'm more clairsentient. I am not clairvoyant. I am clairsentient, claircognizant. I just know things. I just feel things. Then that is how they're going to connect to you. That's probably how they're going to connect to you. And it's going to be very easy to dismiss it. Oh, I'm making it up. Yeah, you're not making. Oh, also, if you want to get some advice, free advice on how to fine-tune your intuition, recognize the voice of your intuition, I have a free course, completely free as well. Message me about it. And in that course, I also give advice on how can you feel your guides, how can you connect to them, how can you recognize them, stuff like that. So if you are more clairsentient, then that's how they're going to connect to you, because they are going to want to make things easy for you. They're going to want to make things easy. They want to connect to you. So they're not going to make you jump through 5 million hoops so that you can connect it. They're going to try to find ways to connect to you, and they will They will do crazy, like, was it yesterday at the park? I was at the park and I was having a moment. I was having a small, like, little meltdown. It happens because that's what people think. Like, oh yeah, you're a spiritual teacher. You must have it all under control. No, it is because I go through this stuff myself that I can tell you about it, that I can guide you, that I can share with you what works for me. So I was having a moment where everything was just a lot of stuff, and I was feeling all this stuff coming up for me, and I'm just in nature and I'm calling upon the earth dragons. And I'm just in this little area in the park in between a bunch of paths, and there's nobody there. There's nobody there. I'm just walking and I see this little area and I'm like, it felt different. I can always feel, let me know in the comments too, when I'm in nature, you can feel a bubble when you walk into a 5D area. I can really, like, I walk through a dimension and it's the same thing, but you're in a different layer of the same area. And I could immediately sense, okay, there's all kinds of stuff happening here. And I was asking the earth, like, please just take all of this stuff. It is so much, take it for me. And all these earth dragons, I'm asking them because they were, and I said, are you even here? This is a city park. And I'm hearing all bunch of little voices. Well, little, they're earth dragons. They're like, yes, we are all here. You can't see us, but we're still here. We're still here. Yes, we are here. We're hidden and all this stuff. So you can connect to elementals wherever you are, fairies, wherever you are. And so the moment that I am getting tears in my eyes and I'm standing there like, what do? I look down and there's a white feather, like right when I say, what do I do? And for me, a white feather has always been a sign of angelic support. It has been, that's why I have this feather here, is because I've always seen feathers everywhere. So that's also how your guides are gonna, I feel like this is a very long-winded answer to a short question. It's fine. So I feel like they are gonna connect to you in a way that you are gonna recognize it and trust it too. When you recognize the sign from your guides, when you recognize it and you immediately go, yes, that was my guides, then you're like, oh no, it's just a feather. Oh, it's just blah blah blah. It's my own thoughts. No, because then you are denying your connection, and your guides are gonna be like, they're just gonna keep trying. They're gonna keep on trying anyway. So yeah. Do you know Blue Lotus? If so, what do you think about that? I was looking into it a few years ago to drink it because it's supposed to be very good for meditation, but I never bought it because then I ended up drinking cacao instead and started working with that, like high doses, like high concentrated cacao every day. And that really helped me a lot. And that was also in May. That was also when all the Pleiadian stuff was opening up for me in 2021. And they are also, cacao is connected to the heart chakra. That's a completely different answer. I know you were not at all asking about that, but anyway, I don't really know much about Blue Lotus. I've never tried it. I do know it's supposed to be very good for your third eye. The Egyptians used it, and yeah, I don't know. You are in the Netherlands, aren't you? The Libra, if I can remember correctly, because I did find it on a web shop in the Netherlands. So if you Google it, I'm sure you'll be able to find high quality Blue Lotus tea. But I would not know about dosage or anything. But if anybody else knows, put it in the comments. And Caitlin says, thank you. Yes, my art account is Caitlin Darby _art on Instagram. So definitely go and check that out for people that are art lovers. So let me see. Oops. Okay. I have pre-rolls, Blue Lotus to smoke them. Yes, I only heard about tea. I did not know you could also smoke it. Did not know that. And I am half Egyptian. Oh, okay. Yes, I don't know. I wouldn't know. If anybody else knows, put it in the comments. So if anybody else wants a card, I have this Moonology deck, dragon cards, angel cards, or if there's just other stuff, other questions you have, anything, because I'm still going to be here for about half an hour. Anything about akashic records, anything about anything, we can talk about any ascension related stuff. So yeah, I do feel that we are shifting a lot of big collective things. Because today, too, I was with some family members today, and I always I spend so much time in my little world. But when I'm out in the normal world with people, I suddenly become aware of just the contrast that exists. The contrast that exists between different belief systems, different ways of viewing the same world that we live in, which again shows me that there's really a split happening. There is some kind of 3D, 5D split happening, like Dolores Cannon has talked about before. And it's not necessarily a good earth and a bad earth. That's not what it is, because God wanted everything that exists is happening for the expansion of God consciousness. But it's definitely clear to see that some people are really experiencing this world in one way and other people are experiencing the world in a completely different way. So let me know if that's also been your experience, if you've been experiencing the same thing. I'm going to pull some of these Moonology cards because I have not pulled any of them today, to see if anything comes up that we need to know about. So this card, a new start is coming. I keep pulling this card for myself, for other people, just constantly. A new start is coming, and that lines up with the stuff that I just shared in the channeled message. And I feel closer to the end of the month is when the Libra Soul Sisters is laughing a whole bunch about a bunch of stuff. I say so many things. You have to be more specific what the 5 laughing emojis are about, because I don't know. Take time to breathe out. Oh, this is mirrored. I have no idea if this is actually mirrored or if you can even read this. So I do feel now, like a few people have said in the chat, like I've heard from other people, finally the pressure is off. The pressure is kind of off right now. Like you can actually breathe out because you can see it's no longer this maze of just navigating stuff blindly. You're starting to see things so you can relax. Balance spirituality and practicality. That's one that I've been pulling for myself, that I've been pulling for other people. That now you're gonna be able, you have this overview, this review, this everything that is working for you, the stuff that isn't working for you. You can start to now ground all of this stuff in. Also, because you're working with this heart chakra, you are processing all the stuff. So now you're gonna be able to take all of these emotions, you're gonna be able to ground everything in, and you're gonna be able to actually take steps, and all the stuff that was manifesting around you is gonna now be able to start manifesting in your physical reality, so you can really start to see in the real world what is working for you, what is not working for you. So yeah, she says, I love it. I got it a couple days ago with the Moonology. Oh, yes. Yeah, the card. Mm-hmm. Yep. So if you want more cards, let me know. Is there anything else important that I needed to share? Well, these golden dragons, the seraphim dragons, they are an angelic order that is all about. I say this in every video, so you can probably say it with me by now: burning away illusion and illuminating the truth. So that is what they are all about. And I have now been working with a few people that have been taking this Dragon Codes journey with me, and I've been getting messages from them saying how it really did like shatter some of their beliefs, and in different layers they're starting to see and like connect dots that they were not really even connecting before in their own life. How these energies that the dragons represent are influencing their own life, and even seeing how these dragons have been around way longer than they thought they had been around. That they can see now, looking back in their life, where they have been receiving assistance from their dragon guides, and that now they can really start to work with them on a deeper level. So definitely for those interested, go look at the free playlist on YouTube to get started and see how you can connect with your dragons if you are interested in the topic of dragons. And if you are interested in just like learning more about your own past lives, about your soul history, about the other incarnations. I also have a playlist on the Akashic Records, a 33 video playlist. It's on my YouTube with tips and tricks on how to connect your own past lives, Akashic Records, stuff like that. I see that a few more people have joined. If you want me to pull a card for you, let me know. I have several card decks over here, and I have not pulled a card yet from this angel deck, so let me do that right now. Because, of course, I may be very deep into the dragon stuff now, but it all started with Archangel Michael for me. Back when I was 15, 16, I started working with Archangel Michael. And I'm not surprised that this came up. Indigo and crystal children. Okay. You have a bond with children in particular. You can help children who are sensitive. But this often comes up for people that have inner child work to do. Often this card tells me that we have to look at our own inner child, our own intuitive voice of where we may have repressed, suppressed our voice as a child. That was actually the true intuitive voice, and that we put other programs over top, like on top of that voice. Now we have to take all those layers off so that we can learn to listen to this voice again. And I know for myself, I'm going through another layer of inner child work. Other people in my life closely connected to me that I talk to, we are all going through these layers of this inner child work. I have 2 children, and my daughter specifically, she is also going through her stuff, and then we talk about it, and it's just a pattern. But it's always, of course, inner child work. You always have to do the inner child work, blah blah blah, we know. But definitely, because so much has shifted in April, because these dragons, these golden dragons, if you have been calling them in, they really will shift the stuff for you, so that stuff becomes illuminated, that you need to look at. And a lot of the time that's deep stuff, old stuff that goes back to way when you were really little. So let me see. I'm scrolling. It's really not easy on this tiny Instagram screen sometimes. During the last lives, I felt the blue dragon eye behind you, and now I feel the other one in my heart. Yes, they are my friends. They're always here with me. They are. They're a couple too, by the way, just so you know. Yeah, the other one is very heart connected. And you will also notice that if you feel dragons around you, and actually, I'm going to share this experience with you because I was making. I know I constantly, you have to keep up with me. If you're here live on replay, it doesn't matter. I go all over the place. You just have to. It's okay. So I was making a reel and I was putting all the different dragon eyes that I've ever painted, like all in one reel, to kind of create this compilation, this little thing of all the different eyes. And I'm going through a situation, and we're all always going through situations, obviously. And I could feel, as I was just kind of looking at this reel on my phone while I was making it, adding music to it, all this stuff. And these eyes, because they were like one by one by one, I was just kind of looking at them. And the dragon eyes are a portal. They are a portal to communicating with the dragon. And in a past life, I was a dragon commander. And that's why now I'm doing all this dragon stuff, working with the dragons, connecting people to the dragons. So I'm looking at these different dragons that I know I connected with in past lives. I connected with other people and worked with them and their dragons. So these dragons, it's like one tribe, a dragon tribe, really. And all of a sudden I see all these dragons. They're like, we support you, we are here. And I feel one by one, I can feel them through my heart. Like when you feel, that's a good answer to the person that asked, how can you recognize your dragons? They come from, for me anyway, from behind and like through your heart. And then it's like they open up your heart with these wings. And that's how you feel them. So all these dragons are like presenting themselves, like I'm feeling them all coming in as I'm watching these eyes. So the dragon eye is a very good way to connect. And if you don't have one of these portraits, you can also just visualize their eye when you may not know your dragon. You may just be like, let me close my eyes and just see what happens and just invite them in. And I believe that this may very well be an exercise that I gave in one of the videos in my YouTube playlist. It's to visualize their eye and them connecting to you. And I dive deeper into this in my course, The Dragon Codes Journey, how to do this. There's also guided meditations in the course to really assist you in establishing the connection. But yeah. The portraits are definitely very cool to have to activate your connection or to just have in the room. Divinity says, yes, please. I feel a dragon card for you. A light feeling in my heart, says the Libra Soul Sisters. Okay. So divinity. The dragons are always really present for you, I feel too. Earth dragon, and I was just talking about the earth dragons, clears your path and the land around you. Stay grounded, be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward in life. Did I pull this for you last time? Or something similar. Didn't I pull a very similar card? Like that the service part came up last time too, didn't it? And also, if you resonate with this, whether you're here live or you're watching on replay, then this is also a message for you. This is like the exact message that came in the channeled message that I shared earlier. Clears your path and the land around you, that you can now see clearly. Stuck energy is clearing. Christ the Golden Dragon. Oh, that's the one I pulled last time. That, yeah, things are gonna start to become more easy. things are gonna start to become clear, like this fog is fading away, and you're starting to see the direction, I feel, of where you're headed. Sacred health, wellness, and I'm feeling an angel card for you. The angels want to talk to you. Let's see what message they have. Patience, Archangel Jophiel, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. For the sacred health, wellness, that, like, I feel you're kind of tired maybe. There's stuff that you've been working on, that you've been putting effort and energy into, and you are ready for the stuff to be there, for the result to be there, and that it's like almost there. Be patient for a little bit longer, and all of a sudden you're going to see like all these results, and just hang in there for a little bit longer is what I'm hearing. I hope that that resonates for you or for anybody that is listening, that is watching right now. Okay. Divinity says, it resonates. Thank you. I can feel it. Hello. Anybody that wants a card, let me know if you want me to pull a card for those that are joining now. And also, if you only now joined, definitely go watch the beginning where I shared a channeled message from the Seraphim Dragons, Golden Dragons, or any questions you have, anything that's been coming up for you, let me know in the comments. This is just kind of an Angels and Dragons Ascension chat, spiritual chat, whatever. I would love a card. The Laughter Patch. That is an awesome name, by the way. That is like the super most optimistic name I've seen in a long time on Instagram. I love it. And I grabbed this Moonology deck without even thinking. So let me see. Prosperity lies ahead. Feel like this has to do with something that you've already invested in energy into. It's something that you've been nurturing, something that you've been working on, something that you've been really invested in, and that there's a good outcome waiting for you, that this is going to turn out positive for you. And yeah, that it feels good. It feels like this is a really good thing for you and for other people. So I hope that that resonates. I cannot pronounce your name properly. Let me see. Hallam. I probably said that really, like, completely wrong. But you know who I mean. 01 at the end of your name. And I'm feeling dragons for you. Let me see. What message do the dragons have for you? A lot of dragon cards today. Usually I go by with what I'm hearing that I have to do. Fire and water dragon enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change and to move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected. Have fun. They're literally showing me an image of like this fog separating. The separating of this fog, and it's going really fast. And for a long time, and for some reason, I'm hearing the number 2, like 2 years, like a long period of something that was just like bleh, and that you've gotten so used to this being like this that you were like, oh, whatever, it's gonna be like this, I have to get used to it. And suddenly there's a lot of shifts happening. There's a lot of shifts, unexpected shifts happening. So to be prepared to suddenly have to become flexible and kind of change what you thought you were doing, and suddenly something else is happening, but that it's really all in your best interest. So I hope that that helps. So yes. If you want a card, let me know. I'm gonna wrap it up in a little bit here. Or if you have any more questions about any of the stuff that I just shared today, or if you're watching this on replay and you would like to get more information, or you want to check out the free courses that I was talking about, or any other thing, check out my website, or just check out the other comments, and also check out Caitlin's art that I just mentioned. I may put it in the comments too, because I always love supporting other artists, and she paints a bunch of cool stuff too, dragons, elemental stuff, and also just with colors. She works with really intuitive, just kind of wavy patterns, so definitely worth checking out. Now, if there are no more questions, let me see. Then I think I'm going to end this conversation with you all today. But I had a lot of fun with all of you. There were some good cards that came out for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, then also reach out to me. I do different types of readings where I work with these golden seraphim dragons. I do short channeled messages, timeline readings, akashic records readings, art bundles. I have several video courses. I have one-on-one mentorship. If you really want to dive deep, let me know. And the Libra Soul Sister says, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. And I will be back soon with more videos and all kinds of other stuff. Bye bye.